Oh my god, this is letters to you on 204. I'm getting so tired. Okay, this one's called Still Hurting. Okay. Dear Ewan, I feel so embarrassed and hurt. Embarrassed means I need to write this down. I said I would move towards the radiance. I was telling one of my besties about Tom last night. I told him how we met. I told him about noticing the radiance as I saw him across the bar while walking to sit with him and the friends of ours he was with at the time. I told him how he asked me with a lot of skepticism, "So what's relatefulness?" And I said, "Well, it's like we can talk about things." And I leaned in and made big eye contact. Or we can talk about the space in between us right now. Like I'm so drawn in by your sarcasm and how it's so soft and doesn't do any damage to anyone. That's so beautiful. I told him about how we talked all night, and our friends kept saying, "God, are you guys going to stare at each other all night?" Yes. If this guy wants to keep talking to me, then I'm going to talk to him all night. I told him about the Oktoberfest party the next day and how we eye flirted and kept it cool, knowing that my boyfriends were at the party. I told him about how we met up that night at the Eagle and did the same thing. We stood off to the side and talked and looked into each other's eyes. And then, since we didn't have a place we could go to touch each other, we got in my car and put the seats down and got a very high school experience kissing and touching. I told him about the pool party we were both at the next day. 3 days in a row of random meetings. I told him about how I told T that Tom was going to be at the party and asked if it was okay that I flirted with him. And then how T replied, "Just as long as you flirt with me too." And then how T thought Tom was awesome and liked him too. I told him about the next day where we met before he flew home. We went to a bar and talked and had sodas. I told him about talking on the phone once a week and how the conversations were so great and how exciting it was to not worry about what we were calling what we were doing. Instead, we were just making plans. Let's not let not knowing what we are prevent us from making plans. I'm an existentialist. I'm clear that I'm already permanently in a relationship with the fact that life will end. I believe that we are our choices, not our thoughts or feelings. This all adds up to me taking radiance very seriously. I take it as nods to allow my destiny to be I take it as nods to allow my destiny to be thwarted. I don't believe God requires me to love everybody. I think God just wants me to love one person at a time and move forward. I think loving one person is a beautiful way to love everybody. And the hurt from yesterday sits inside me still. Is it grief? I'm visualizing everything everywhere all at once, and it's like I'm in two worlds. Tom and I will talk and do some repair, and then we'll proceed at a slower pace. Our timing might be thwarted, but it might not be. We might get to talk and touch again. I need to stay open. Tom and I will talk and see that he's really waiting for Anderson Cooper or just doesn't want to fall in love with a writer, consciousness, teacher, sex worker, or just isn't ready to fall in love. I need to let this go. Grief will tag along in either world. I think he isn't ready to fall in love. And my heart, which feels ground to dust by now, wants to break but can't. I'm already smithereens. Right there, I felt some peace. Hope seems like an electric fence, but not the kind 12-year-olds piss on and laugh about. It feels like I'm a dog with a shock collar on, but I have no idea where the yard ends. I can breathe. I'm hurt, and I know that this hurt was already in me, hoping to never awaken. But I made a prayer to love, and hurt can't hide from love. I know me, and I can't, at least yet, digest it on my own. I need to tell him. When you changed your mind about coming to Portland, I felt hurt. Not, you hurt me. I don't believe in that. Just, when you said blank, I felt hurt. I just went through this with another friend, the one who said I was a bad house guest. I prefaced, you didn't hurt me, but when you said I was a bad house guest, I felt hurt. His responsive care, even just the tip of the energy, was all I needed to let it go. Imagining that space of letting go, I can feel my love for Tom come back online. My heart calls out to him over the space between us. You are a beautiful, beautiful man. I respect your dignity to choose to say no to loving me. I respect your desire to be with a man who can be more steady for you than I can. And from deeper in my heart, a secret place that I won't say to him, good luck. I've never met a love that didn't destroy me. I've never met a love that left me unchanged. We aren't getting out alive, and we cannot stick the landing. I pray you leap someday. You deserve love. The hurt speaks. I feel vile. I feel untouchable. I feel unlovable. I am bad. I am dirty. I'm a loser. I'm a whore. I shouldn't be proud. The grief moves. I surrender. There is no sense making. It comes again. You shouldn't fall for people so fast. You didn't even know him. You're weird for doing it this way. You're a mess who does extreme things because you're not lovable. You're ugly and you have no place in the tree of life. That was what was living in me. The grief is just grief that I've lived with that inside me so long. My mind sees Jesus for a split second, reaching out to touch me. I stay. I don't believe anyone is unlovable, and I invest in the cross-eyedness of this dysmorphia. I'm a being of light and beauty that seems inured to believing he's reprobate. Can this feature be loved? Can I love the unlovable? I used to think it was my job to convince every part of me that it's lovable. But I also believe love is love, whether anything changes or not. It is my cross to love Smeagol. I can, I will. This is normal. For a flash, I saw all my expressions of excitement as me trying to pretend Smeagol doesn't live inside me. This hurt isn't about Tom. And I wouldn't have found it if Tom had run over his reservations about our alignment. A seedling of gratitude breaks through the concrete. It's normal to need to grow and carry this weight. Pick up your cross and walk. For a nanosecond, the hurt becomes a singularity without any valence of good or bad on it. I am alive and I will keep going. I'm going to sit quietly now in my electric yard. I'm going to sit still and know that I'll rise again. I'm not rising again to not feel hurt. I'm rising again knowing that love will find even more for me to love. I'm already a yes. Yours, Mike.